Listening to FUBAR Weekly on KDSR, Demo Spin Radio, brought to you by ARC Network Live 365, the station where everyone deserves to be heard. The following program contains strong language and adult content. Listener discretion is advised. All suspects are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law.
We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
Yes, Bill O'Reilly. It fucking sucks. And there's nothing we can do about it. Right?
If it sucks and there's nothing we can do about it, it would behoove us to blow.
That's deep. That's very deep. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome FUBAR Weekly Show. Today is Tuesday, 17th of September, 2019. We're already halfway through this September month. Oh, Lord. We're getting old quickly, rapidly.
Halfway through to September.
You know what happens in 4 days?
What?
The 21st night of September.
Hey.
What happens that day?
That's my birthday.
It's your birthday. What are we doing? I thought we were doing a show or something. You didn't plan it, did you?
No.
You want to just go somewhere and sing karaoke?
No.
Well, fuck you then.
I have to work on my birthday.
Oh.
I didn't get anybody to cover me and nobody wanted to hang out, so.
The fuck?
Whatever. I'm going to St. Augustine next week for my birthday.
Whatever.
Loser.
Oh, everybody, we do this every Tuesday night. So welcome to the insanity. Got a couple things we're going to talk about tonight. A few things. First of all, let's talk about the elephant in the room, whether or not it's actually in the room or not physically, although it kind of is. We announced the official Peter Wolfinger show here in Tampa, Florida. It has been announced. What you think about that, Nicole Iolio?
Somebody didn't ask me to work the door. It's fine. I'm kidding. I literally don't care.
Damned if I do and damned if I don't.
No, you're fine. I'm happy you're putting on a show. I know that you, Peter, have been talking about it for quite some time.
Yes.
What am I doing wrong
yes,
here?
we have. You're doing all kinds of weird shit. I think that one's missing a little rubber foot. You want a post-it note you can fold up?
I put your business cards, but I'll fix it.
That works.
I'll put them later.
Okay, that's fair enough.
I'll put them back.
Yes, so Saturday night, the 9th of November, we are going to be having my sister said you should go visit her up there in the Jacksonville area, greater Jacksonville area.
I am going to be doing an open mic on Wednesday, September 25th.
In Jacksonville?
In Jacksonville at
Nice.
the Justice Pub. So
Nice.
she should come see me, and then I'll be hanging out in St. Augustine during the day that day too.
There you go. I'm not sure if Marianne's coming with Peter yet. We will find that out. I have a feeling she might be. But that is Saturday night, the 9th of November. So check out the event page that is up on Facebook. I'll be sharing the shit out of it. If you don't know how to get your tickets, you know how to get a hold of me on social media. Just shoot me a message on whatever platform is your happiest, and I will help you out. And you can't hear a fucking thing from you if the microphone's not in front of your face.
I didn't say anything.
Pretend it's a dick. Hand on the back of the head. Come on. I don't think your mom's watching yet. There's 9 people watching, but nobody's commenting. So I don't know what the fuck's going on.
I hope my mom is watching. Maybe she's not, but I would like to tell you something.
Okay.
If my mom doesn't know at this point in my life that
Oh, there we
I've
go.
had a dick in my mouth by now,
Yeah, your mom is watching.
then
Mom.
she has some really skewed images of me.
I know. I hear
So.
nothing. Justin, that's why it says audio at 9 p.m. Eastern time. You gotta look at the clock, bro. All right, so now I fix this. Tell John to put you on my birthday show at Broadway, October 9th. I would, but it'd be able to need money. Can't afford it. So we'll see if I can get up there for then. There's a couple things I want to do in October.
Do you think I could like hollow this out and it would be the. No, I don't really want to do it, but I would say
No.
if I could hollow it out and it would be like the mic, this part of the mic, the fluffy part.
I mean, I'm sure we can get something.
It'd be like an eyeball talking into
Eyeball
the eyeball.
big. So anyway, so you know, if you want to come to that show, if you're gonna be in the Tampa Bay area or in the Central Florida area, it's not a bad drive to get here from most touristy places within the state of Florida. So come check it out. It's going to be a great show. It's me, Peter, Dan Gerlach, who runs the show down at the Beef O'Brady's in Parish, which is the undisputed best comedy room in the Tampa Bay area. And we're being hosted by Jessica Stern, who's been on the show before. Yes.
Love her.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Love her.
And she's a New Yorker. I was trying to get all New York people, but since I couldn't, I figured I'd get a fat old guy from Chicago. Dan. It works. I love Dan.
Have you ever been to Chicago?
No. Well, kind of. I flew through O'Hare once.
But you didn't get out of the plane?
I mean, I got out of the plane. I think I actually exited the airport to have a cigarette and then went back right in.
Oh, that doesn't count. That like barely counts.
Yeah. So
That's
no.
like you were.
No. I've been to Portillo's and I don't like it.
What's that?
It's a Chicago hot dog restaurant that they've opened up here in the Tampa Bay area, and it sucks.
Oh,
Not
I
impressed.
feel like hot dog restaurants are kind of not a good idea.
Unless it's Nathan's. But they have more than just hot dogs.
Right. But like
But they also
Mel's, Mel's is overrated.
I don't know what the fuck Mel's is.
Mel's is out by Busch Gardens, and it's been there since 1973 or some shit, and they charge you like $9 for a hot dog.
That's some baby back bullshit.
Yeah, but I prefer to make my own hot dogs with my own like relish and sauerkraut and all the other good stuff.
True.
Pick my best bread, pick my own sausage, just like in real life.
You got to be selective about your sausage.
Yeah, I picked a big Irish sausage.
There you go. Wait a minute. His last name's German.
No, he's Irish. He's Irish and German, but
All
like
right.
mostly Irish.
All right.
I don't know. Maybe his. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know.
So Cynthia says, no Marianne, no Cynthia. Well, it looks like we're going to have to make sure that Marianne comes down then, aren't we? Or I can tell you to go fuck yourself. But that's my favorite sister.
Don't tell your sister to fuck herself.
Why not? She's my sister. That's how we roll. I love my sister. Speaking of which, I told you I had a recipe for you. And by the way, for those who have been following the storyline of the show, I finally sent Nicole's mom the fucking risotto recipe. So
It's been like a year and a half.
yeah, it's been like a year and a half, but I finally sent it today. I was sitting there because I actually was thinking about making risotto. But so we were at my brother's house on Sunday, little family get together. Little brother, baby bro came down from New York. My brother, as part of the appetizer spread, made homemade candied jalapenos.
That sounds amazing.
It was amazing. And they served it with little crackers and softened cream cheese. You put a little bit of cream cheese on your cracker and then put some of the candied jalapenos on it.
Classy as
But I have the
fuck.
recipe for the candied jalapenos.
I want that.
I'm going to send it to you.
Thank you.
But they were so good. And it's like pretty much you dump you separate out the jalapenos, pour the liquid into a pot,
Yeah.
put sugar in,
Like reduce it.
reduce it. Well, actually, just basically making a simple syrup with the jalapeno brine, pour it back in, refrigerate it. There you go. But I have the proportions.
I'm going to do that, but I'm going to make it into an infusion for alcoholic things.
Nice. That actually sounds good.
Yeah, you just inspired me. Thanks. I'm going to make
You're
some
welcome.
jalapeno margaritas now. Thanks.
Justin says, did she just say big Irish? Justin, he's Irish and German. All right. Just like I'm Polish and Irish. So it's not really long. It may not be able to hit the bottom, but it'll scrape the shit out of the sides. That's
He's like 6'2".
yeah, he is. He's a tall dude. Cynthia says her butthole did not like the jalapenos. That sucks. Ronald, they were delish. Don't fucking use the word delish. And Ron also says not so good for my butt. You guys need to use a little bit more lube when you play. Candied jalapeno is the shit, Justin. Yes, it is. Dude, it was like I've had like candied, spicy stuff before, but these were just so good. It was like crack.
They have jalapeno jelly like that you put on
Yes.
your jam.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah, that's so good. So I can totally imagine how jalapenos taste good.
See what I do is when I make fried rice, I make like Hawaiian fried rice,
Okay.
but I get the jalapeno jelly and I mix in the jalapeno jelly with my rice. Kicks it up with a little sweetness and a little spiciness.
In fried rice, you said?
Yeah, well, it's a Hawaiian fried rice. So it's pineapple. and-
Oh, okay. Yeah, Hawaiians. Pineapple and jalapeno go really well together.
yes,
too.
they do.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do.
Dang, I want the summer to come back now. I mean, we're still technically in summer for another week or so, but dang.
I hear you. I hear you. So, and Lebanese. Yeah, I'm Lebanese too. I'm lesbianese too. She wrote lesbianese. Yes, I am lesbianese too. I'm a vegetarian.
I was a thespian in high school, but I'm straight now.
Lies.
None of those things are true.
And that's why we love you. Speaking of food, Sarah, we need to get tacos one of these days. I'm trying to get up to the Massachusetts area. I know you live in Massachusetts. So call your local comedy clubs and tell them book Roger Nelson from Tampa, Florida.
Find me some comedy clubs in that area and I'll call them and I'll be like, oh my God, really amazing comedian.
I'll get you a list.
You gotta,
I'll get you a list and I'll get you a local Massachusetts phone number.
I don't need that. Just do that on the internet. Can you call people from the internet these days?
That's what I do.
Oh, okay.
I have one of my numbers is from Butte, Montana, and one is from Jackson Hole, Wyoming.
Yeah, one of them ends with 6969.
Yeah, that one's actually from like Michigan or so. Green Bay, Wisconsin. So, the main topic of discussion for today, for those comedians that are following, I know are familiar with the situation with the Shane Gillis getting hired, then fired from SNL. And the title of our show today is Lenny Bruce Died for Your Sins. Do you know who Lenny Bruce is?
Negative.
What the fuck? Come on.
I don't know anybody named Lenny.
This is why we can't have nice things. Oh, actually, before I get into that, while I'm still talking about spicy and sweet food, did you want to try that drink?
Oh yeah.
So before we move on to the Lenny Bruce thing, Nicole brings me weird shit to drink. She brought me this like wheatgrass or lemongrass drink that tasted like you were fucking drinking lawn. Then so what the hell was that other thing that had jelly chunks in
basil seed drink?
Yeah, basil seed drink wasn't bad.
Grass jelly drink.
Yeah.
I've probably had you try matcha in my life.
This is Vitamin Water Fire. It is a spicy watermelon lime.
Now, just to clarify, this is a normal thing that you can buy at now. I've seen 2 different gas stations. So it's not like a weird sweet Chinese drink or some weird shit that I normally drink.
Don't ever let a human being drink that. I'm not getting, well, maybe there's a slight hint of spice.
At like the very end in the back of your throat.
But it tastes like unsweetened watermelon mixed with ball cheese or something.
Ball cheese?
Yeah, I
just want
to throw something gross out there while you were drinking it. I don't like it.
Okay.
It's not the most horrible thing I've ever had. That would be the grass jelly drink. But it really wasn't that pleasant.
Would you try a cucumber drink?
Well, yeah, drinking cucumbers, no big deal.
But have you tried this one before? Do you want to try it?
Well, if we're trying shit, I mean, if you want to save it,
I'll save it then. Yeah. It's not that exciting, but if you like cucumber, you would like
I like cucumber. I like cucumber. My sister likes eating the middle of a cucumber.
Does she like spoon it out? Or do you mean like a dick? Oh, haha, just kidding.
Middle of a cucumber. Jesus. Trying to make a good joke.
What happened?
Hey, what'd you mean? You missed me drinking a horrible drink. You missed me talking about candied jalapenos. And we're just about to move on to the meat and potatoes of today's show. That Lenny Bruce did, in fact, die for your sins, whether you like it or not. So Lenny Bruce was a comedian. Lenny Bruce was popular in the 50s and 60s. He was arrested for obscenity.
Oh, you posted about that today.
Yes, I did. Okay. And if Zuck is fucking me because I'm talking about this, I'm going to be pissed. That is some baby back bullshit. Trying to reconnect due to a poor wireless connection. Your video has been paused. I'm kind of getting some gibberish.
That's what it looks like. Oh, it started looking like it was all jumbled up a second ago.
Son of a bitch.
I put a watch party on and people are joining. I don't know if that makes a difference.
Yeah. You know what?
What?
Hang on. See if I can get.
Mom says we're back on.
We're back on?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, fuck it. I'm just gonna keep on going. Guys, if the feed drops, you know what? I'm just gonna roll with it. We're up on YouTube anyway, so go find us on YouTube. You should fucking subscribe to us there anyway, but find us over there if it drops out, because I'm just going to keep on going. So there were a bunch of celebrities that were arrested on obscenity charges years ago, and over the years, and surprisingly, some of them weren't all that long ago. And Lenny Bruce was arrested 4 times. He was arrested once in San Francisco, which was the big one. And do you want to know what he said to get him arrested?
I know what he said.
What did he say?
Cocksucker.
Yeah. Oh, because I posted it on Facebook.
Yeah.
He posted on cocksucker. He said cocksucker. So he ended up getting arrested for that. He also did a bit that same night that talking about how the word to is a preposition and the word come is a verb. That was considered obscene. Then he was arrested in, it doesn't say where this was, in Greenwich Village, New York. He was arrested for saying the word schmuck.
In New York, he was arrested for saying
In New York,
schmuck.
he was arrested for saying the word schmuck.
Isn't that a Yiddish word for penis?
Yes. And he was arrested for saying that. What the hell was the other one? And he was arrested in again. He was arrested a second time in Greenwich Village at Cafe A Go Go. This was April 1964. He used more than 100 obscene words on stage. I've used 100 obscene words in the past 5 minutes.
Times are a-changing.
Fuck yeah, they are. So that was that. George Carlin, the same night he got arrested for saying 100 obscene words, George Carlin also got arrested. And he got arrested for obscenity without actually saying anything.
Did he just happen to be there in the crowd that day?
He was there in the crowd. When the police asked him for his identification, he told the police he does not believe in government identification. So they arrested him. And there's actually a picture of Lenny Bruce being walked out and George Carlin being walked out.
When was this again? What year?
1964.
I bet you George Carlin didn't have that problem many more times in his career once he got very famous.
No, but back then, Lenny Bruce was really famous. Right. George Carlin was the unknown. And I mean, George Carlin wasn't an unknown. He just wasn't as prominent as he is. You're right, Justin. You gotta stop holding back. Go for broke, go balls deep. Just don't say balls deep on stage or somebody's going to fucking get offended. And
I'd like to say hi to Miguel F. Crespo and Mr. Kyle Baker today.
Howdy, howdy.
Yes, they're watching us with the watch party.
Nice.
Facebook made an update where you can now switch back and forth between watch party comments and live video comments.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. So.
That's good to know. I never lost feed on Facebook, but nonetheless, here I am. What's up, Dan? Yeah, for some reason, it actually on my screen, it says trying to reconnect due to poor wireless connection. Your video has been paused. Consider moving to a better signal. The fucking router is right there.
Whatever. Send us a thumbs up. He totally heard us.
Yeah, so, I'm going to keep going. So fuck it. So George Carlin, Mae West. You know Mae West?
Yes.
The lovely, the beautiful, the well-endowed Mae West. She was sentenced to 10 days in jail for a play she wrote, produced, directed, and starred in called Sex. This was in 1927, so just saying sex was pretty racy, but she went to jail for that. Hugh Hefner, really not a surprise that at some point he was charged with some kind of obscenity, but he was arrested and went before a judge. And when he showed up in court, he had a Playmate under each arm in total fucking Hef style, probably wearing that smoking jacket. And this was over a photo spread featuring Jane Mansfield. She dead though. Yeah. You know what the last thing went through her head was before she died?
What?
Back of the truck. That's horrible. He was acquitted by jury 7-5. Jim Morrison, everybody's heard of the Jim Morrison story where he whipped his dick out and he went dicks out for Harambe on stage. And that, the Jim Morrison thing was 1969. So this is, free speech and freedom and peace and love, and whipping your dick out in public was starting to become okay. And Jim Morrison was tried. Now in my lifetime, there have been a few of these arrests in my lifetime. One of them was 2 Live Crew. I don't know if you're old. I keep forgetting how old you are. I keep thinking you're like fucking 12.
I'm a geezer.
You are a geezer. 2 Live Crew faced obscenity charges in 1990 when police officers brought tape recorders to one of their shows in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The 2-week trial was a bit ridiculous. The main evidence was a recording of such low quality that the lyrics were totally unintelligible. They were they were found innocent. But in case you don't know who 2 Live Crew is, they sing the song "Me So Horny." Oh, me so horny. Oh, me so horny.
Is Russell Brand on your list?
No. Was he arrested for obscenity?
Yeah. And like public indecency and jumping on top of a news car and like stripping naked.
Well, that wasn't during a performance.
No.
That was just him going crazy. No, this is people who were arrested performing.
Oh, I gotcha. Sorry.
Yeah. Jim Morrison didn't have a monopoly on lewd onstage activities. Wendy O. Williams of the punk band The Plasmatics was arrested on January 28th, 1981 for getting a little too frisky with a sledgehammer in front of her audience. Shortly thereafter, Williams performed topless in Cleveland, wearing only electrical tape and shaving cream to cover the obscene bits.
I wonder if that's how what Miley Cyrus was inspired by in her Wrecking
With
Ball
Wrecking
video.
Ball, could be.
Yeah, because she was clearly getting sexual with a sledgehammer.
Yeah, and she was charged. And then in 1992, Bobby Brown was arrested in Augusta, Georgia for simulated intercourse in a bed on stage during a song.
Simulated. So he was probably like dry humping some sheets.
Probably. Or there was a woman there and they were fucking dry humping. Whatever.
Yeah, well.
He didn't actually whip dick out and, there was no actual penetration.
If I ever get arrested while doing something that I enjoy, like a performance art or, comedy or dancing or anything like that, I want people to be like, she went down doing what she loved. I want people to say that.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
Let's see. The owner of Hustler got shot for porn. No, he didn't get shot for pornography, Justin. Larry Flint got shot because it featured an interracial couple in the magazine.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. I mean, this was back in, it was either 70s or the 80s. I watched The People versus Larry Flint. I saw that shit. It was a good movie. I recommend it. But again, same thing. When you're arrested for, performing, you're a performer. You're supposed to, as you said to me once, and I still can't remember the origin of the quote, even though I looked it up and then somebody told me, is that, comedy or art should disturb the comforted and comfort the disturbed.
Yes.
That's absolutely correct. And that's why, Shane Gillis from, that was just recently hired and fired from Saturday Night Live. He was fired because a few years back, he made some comments regarding Asian people on a podcast. And it was really talking about how it's tough communicating with a Chinese waiter in a restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
And, I've seen some of the quote and it's a bit off color, but now it's like everybody's got to find something in your past to be offended by and spark outrage to try and get you shit canned. It's if you ever did anything offensive, then you should be shit canned. Well, I haven't seen Saturday Night Live decide to not let Eddie Murphy host in a couple. He's supposed to host in a couple weeks. They're gonna let him host. Have you ever seen Raw or Delirious? His famous stand-up comedy specials that were some of the finest of all time.
I've heard excerpts.
One of them, he talks about being in San Francisco. And he's talking about gay people, and he's using, he's using the F word like it's no big deal. And I'm not talking about fuck. He's using a derogatory term for gay people that begins with the letter F. He's throwing that around like it's nothing. I mean, and that was acceptable back in the early 80s. And, general culturally acceptable. Nowadays, obviously not so much, but are they going to dig that up and use that against him? Where do you draw the line? At what point was it, it's far enough in the past, or that's the way things were back then? You can't pick and choose. Either you go balls deep or not. And comedians, and I loved his response, was talking about how he's been doing comedy for 10 years. This is Shane Gillis. He's been doing comedy for 10 years. Some things he's done are funny. Some things are not funny. Over 10 years, if you look at his body of work over 10 years, most of it's not good. Comedy is not easy. It's not easy to stay fresh. It's not easy to stay funny. You got to keep working at it. So most of what we do is going to be trash. And, you make some shitty jokes and you try and take a risk and be edgy and say something that's moderately offensive. And it unfortunately backfired. And this poor son of a bitch now is going to be labeled the rest of his life as a racist because of some shitty jokes that someone who's not even Asian claimed to be offended by on behalf of all Asian people. He's full of shit. And it's just ridiculous. It's to the point where, as comedians, we can't do anything for fear that someday we won't go on Saturday, won't get on Saturday Night Live. Fortunately, I have no desire or aspiration or even the talent or ability to ever be on Saturday Night Live.
Would you be a writer if they offered you the position?
No.
Why not?
Because after this, I wouldn't. After this, I won't even watch the fucking show anymore. Not that I've watched it recently anyway, because I'm so old. I remember when Saturday Night Live was once funny.
Oh,
that's how old I am.
I prefer Mad TV anyway.
It depends. Saturday Night Live was, classic back in the day, and then back in the 90s, and it comes and goes. But at this point, just because of that, because nobody had the balls to say, you know what, he's a comedian, he's trying to be funny, he's trying to do his thing, he's trying to be edgy and provocative. It was a bad joke. Let's all fucking move on with life. No, instead they got to ruin this guy's potential career. For stand-up comedians or skit actors, improv people, Saturday Night Live is the ultimate goal. That is the pinnacle of making it, is when you can get on Saturday Night Live as a regular player. And that's now taken away from this guy for pretty much the stupidest fuck. It was almost a dad joke. That's how fucking bad it was. Yeah. And okay, yeah, it was a shitty joke, but was it really that offensive? No, it was not. It's bullshit. And I feel bad for the poor sumbitch. It's, he's now got to live with this, and it's not like, Michael Jackson, even though he was never convicted, everybody still holds him up in such a high regard, even though he was a kiddie diddler. There's no way you can convince me he never fucking touched any of those kids. There's no fucking way. You can't. It's right. He was up to some shit, but everybody holds him up to a regard. But this guy makes a stupid fucking joke about Asians, and now his fucking career's over. It's bullshit.
Agreed. If you can't make fun of everybody, you have to make fun of everybody or make fun of nobody.
Yeah. So. And it's not like that was his thing. Like all he did was make fun of Asians. Saturday Night Live is network TV. It's tone expected. It is, but if you look at over the years, and again, they're having Eddie Murphy, host, and more power to him. God bless Eddie Murphy. If he's, down for that, let him have at it. I hope it's good. I hope it's actually funny. I could tell you this, it's probably going to be nothing more than just, Trump joke after Trump joke, because that's all they fucking do. Can't come up with anything else anymore. But, why should you have to get rid? Because some white guy was offended on behalf of all Asians. Like, I don't think I've seen an article from or a quote from an Asian person who said that they were offended. I didn't see any that said they weren't offended, but I just didn't see any that said they were offended. It's this outrage culture, and everybody wants to. I'm so edgy and I'm savage, and oh my god, I'm offended now. It's which is it? Are you going to be fucking Barney Badass and say whatever the fuck you want? Obviously, saying whatever you want has consequence. If you say something, it has a consequence, but the consequences are never even. Across anything. I could say one thing and it's okay. So, you could say the same exact thing and you're worse than Hitler for saying it.
Why am I worse than Hitler?
I'm using this as, I'm not saying specifically. You're not even close to worse than Hitler. His mustache is better than yours.
He's my boyfriend in my past life.
There you go. Okay, Eva. No, but but what I'm saying is, you can make that joke. I can make a joke. You could say the same exact thing, and one of us will be, a hero, and the other one will be vilified. That's not right. It's what are we doing? Are we going to be advocates for free speech? There are comedians out there that say things I don't like. There are comedians out there I don't think are funny. But because I don't think they're funny, or they say things that I don't like and make jokes about topics I don't think should be joked about, I don't think they should be, ostracized and fired and never work again. I just won't give them my attention, or more importantly, my money.
Yeah.
Dane Cook, I will never give that guy money. I just don't think he's funny enough. I don't think he's funny at all. Mildly amusing at best. But that's just my opinion. If people like him, if he makes you laugh, then go buy tickets, go to his show, buy his t-shirt, buy his album, support the shit out of him. Go for it. But just because I don't think he's funny, I'm not going to say he shouldn't have a career.
Right.
I'll sit here and say, why the fuck does Carlos Mencia have a career? And I'll be confident in fucking saying that, and that I know most people will back me up on it. Christ checks. That was a funny bit. But to watch an hour-long Dane Cook special just for that one joke, just to me isn't worth it. So I'm not going to. But if you tell me Dane Cook's your favorite comedian, enjoy the shit out of it. If you tell me Carlos Mencia is your favorite comedian, have fun with it. I'm going to think less of you at that point, but have at it. But that's the way it is. Watching like Andrew Dice Clay. I'll use him he's a great example. Andrew Dice Clay. If there's anybody listening to this show that does not know who Andrew Dice Clay is, stop watching now and tune in a few more years when you're old enough to tune in. But Andrew Dice Clay was a comedian who was raw, was vulgar, was offensive, but more importantly, he was fucking funny. I think he was funny as hell. That was part of my coming of age time, was when Dice Man was big. And now I see the guy and he's still doing the same thing. He's still doing the same bits. Yeah, hickory dickory dock. He's still doing the same shtick, the same character, the same way, except he's now, in his 60s, I think. I think he's in his 60s, maybe pushing 70. And it's just seeing an old man on stage saying, hickory dickory dock, your wife was sucking my cock. It's kind of creepy to see a 70-year-old guy. He never evolved out of that. Right. And that kind of sucks, because back then he was so funny and he was so original. And it's rumored that he stole his shit too, but whatever. We're not going to get into that. But, he was funny. He was, watchable. He was likable. He was entertaining. Stan, what's up, baby? Dice was Dice. I mean, he was the first comedian to sell out Madison Square Garden. And I think they did like 3 shows that week, sellouts at MSG. It was unreal at the time. And, if you listen to it now, if he did any of those jokes now, he'd be crucified, because they were, if he was new and up and coming. Now it's like, it's like the creepy old man that's going to say offensive shit. It's like, just let it happen. At this point, just let it happen. But if there was a young comedian coming up trying to do that same type stuff, that would never happen.
You think so?
Absolutely.
I think it would. I think
it's too vulgar. He's a straight white male comic doing vulgar material. The line for everybody being offended starts right here, and just fuck right off once you're online. Seriously, if you're going to be offended by shit, don't go to a comedy show. Don't watch comedy. Don't listen to comedy. Don't have anything to do with comedy. When Dice started, he would mingle with the people before a show to do crowd work on stage before people knew him. And that's smart. One thing I see at comedy shows is comedians huddling together in a corner, not talking to anybody, not interacting with anybody. They come in, they hide, they do their show, and then they disappear. I try to make sure I'm mingling with people before the show. Once the show starts, get out of the way. And then once the show's over, I try mingling with the audience on their way out, just because they'll remember you. But if you disappear and run and hide with your little comedian buddies, no one's going to ever notice you. And that's the name of the game. My first exposure to adult comedy was Red Fox. Classic. Absolutely. But, if you look at the dirty stuff Red Fox did back then, today it's clean. Rodney Dangerfield was considered an edgy comic back in the day. And you listen to his stuff now, he doesn't really curse.
Right.
He'll drop a dirty word here and there, but for the most part, he's relatively clean. some innuendo, but for the most part, he's fairly clean and tame by today's standards. That actually gave me a little respect for him. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't think he's a horrible person. I don't think Dice is a horrible person. I just think at his age and where he is in life, to be doing the same shtick and never having evolved away from that. That's the reason why Pauly Shore, I'm sure Pauly Shore is a nice guy. Back in the early 90s, I was on board with the whole Weasel thing in the movies, and it was funny and it was cute, but it wore out its welcome fast. And he didn't do anything after that. So he didn't grow, and he, pretty much died out as a comedian at that point. Mine was wearing out my Live at the Sunset Strip Cassette. Another great one. See, I mean, as far as comedy goes, biggest exposures I had when I was young was the Rodney Dangerfield's or the Dangerfield's HBO Young Comedian specials, specifically the one at Dangerfield's in '84. Eddie Murphy's Raw, Delirious, God bless you.
Thank you.
Bill Cosby before he was actually, no, he was a rapist back then too. But that's the thing, like, everybody, Bill Cosby did what he did. Everybody thinks he's a horrible human being, and he is. But one thing you can't deny from the man, same thing with Michael Jackson, is you can't deny how great at their art they were. Michael Jackson's the king of pop. I won't deny that. Thriller, greatest album ever recorded, most likely. The song, the video for Thriller, the best video ever recorded. Can't deny the artistic prowess and ability. What's my opinion about Dave Chappelle?
He's annoying as fuck.
What's that?
He's annoying.
You don't like Dave Chappelle?
He's annoying to me. He's very annoying. Like, I can't.
Nicole, get the fuck out. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay,
I love
bye.
you. I love you. No, don't go. The show sucks without you. You think he's annoying. Did you see his latest special?
No.
Watch
I don't know when the last one was.
It's on Netflix. It's called Sticks and Stones.
Oh, well, he's probably changed since he came back.
Definitely watch it, because he makes fun of everything that the social justice crowd does not want you to make jokes about. And he does it so perfectly and so hilariously. Now the flip side is, I like Bill Burr. I like Bill Burr a lot. I don't think his latest special, that was supposed to be just as edgy, I don't think it was nearly as funny as Chappelle's. My biggest thing with Bill Burr's latest special is he's doing all these jokes and doing this material that's supposed to be on the same level of offensiveness and bucking the PC system as Dave Chappelle, but he was doing it in England, talking about back in my country, back in the United States. That bothered me. If you're going to do a special like that and be edgy, do it here. That I was like, Dave Chappelle did his in Atlanta, Georgia, wearing a fucking green jumpsuit. Looked snazzy as fuck. I think he's fun. I think Dave Chappelle's funny. I really do. I think he's hilarious. I think he's, he talks about it. One of the things that Chappelle talks about in his special was when he was making the Chappelle Show, and he got called into the censor office, the standards and practices or whatever the hell it is. And the girl tells him that he says, I'm quoting Dave Chappelle, so don't flag me on this bullshit. The woman tells him that he can't say the word faggot. Can't say it. I'm only going to say it once. He can't say it. And then he asked her, he said, well, you let me use the N-word. I could say that without anybody batting an eye, but I can't say, the F word. And she said, well, you're not gay. And his response was, I'm not a nigger either. And that's brilliant. Mm-hmm. Whether that actually happened like that, who knows? But it was a great story and a great example of the PC culture bullshit, that he can't say one word because she doesn't think he's that. But I guess he can say the other because she thinks he's that. It was exactly the point he was getting at.
Right.
And he's right. You should be able to make jokes about anything. I tell low-end, hacky-ass dick jokes that appeals to, the common man. I play to make the room laugh. I don't want to impress, and I don't care to impress the other comedians. I want to impress the group of people who are going to give us money or give me money to make them laugh. This is what a business of comedy is. They buy a ticket, I stand on stage and make them laugh. I want people who I appeal to come to my show and laugh. I want my show to reach other people outside that circle who would potentially find what I have to say funny, or the way I say things funny. I don't care to impress or to make laugh somebody who's going to sit there and say, you can't say this, you can't say that, you can't make jokes about this, you can't make jokes about that. Bull fucking shit. I can make a joke about whatever the fuck I want. I can realistically say whatever words I want to say, because as far as George Carlin said, words are just words. Words are neutral. They're not good. They're not bad. It's the way you say words and the context you put into the words that make them good or bad. So it's the feeling behind it and the intent behind the word that makes it good or bad or offensive or not. And that's exactly right. I should be able, I am able. I don't care. I don't have aspirations to get on Saturday Night Live. So I'm going to make the jokes that my audience laughs at. And if you don't like what I have to say, if you're offended at what I have to say, there's the fucking door. Hit the bricks, pal. To quote Alec Baldwin in Glengarry Glen Ross. You know, get out. Go. Fucking leave. You're not welcome. If you're going to get offended, get the fuck out. If you're not going to find me funny, throw a tomato. That's cool. I'll catch it and eat it. Broken Mike Live doesn't say shit to be shocking, but to be real in our audience. And that's it. I don't say things, and I don't say offensive things to be shocking. I say things to be funny, and sometimes things that are funny can be a little shocking, and that's fine. You know, like when I make the joke about, you know, I start off with talking about something sweet and nice, like Minnie and Mickey being husband and wife. The actors that portrayed Minnie and Mickey, that they were husband and wife, and it's so cute. And the joke devolves into fisting, into a joke about fisting, and you laugh because it's funny. It's funny because you're not expecting it. You know, sure, I'm sure there's some prudish asshole out there that doesn't appreciate a good fisting joke. I don't know who the fuck they are or why they'd be fucking listening to me, but I'm sure there are people out there that do not like fisting jokes. Fuck them with the whole fist, because it ain't fisting until you get your wrist in. You know, so that's who I'm playing to. If you're going to be offended, if you don't like the jokes I make, then you're free not to listen. Just like I'm free not to listen to Dane Cook, or actually one person I dislike more than Dane Cook is Jack Black.
Oh my God, he's so annoying.
I know.
I hate him.
You know what really set me off with Jack Black? What the hell was the movie where he where the girl was wearing the fat suit?
Oh, no, Shallow Hal?
Shallow Hal. That movie annoyed the shit out of me to the point that I hate Jack Black for the rest of my life. He might be a great guy. He might be a nice guy. I just can't fucking stand him. It's weird. Like, that movie just like ruined me watching anything or hearing anything Jack Black had to do. Now, every now and again, I'll catch a clip of a movie and it's moderately amusing, especially some of the older stuff he did. But I just don't like. There's something about him that's annoying. I'm sure that there's people out there, probably you, probably a lot of the people that are watching right now, that I annoy the shit out of. That's okay. That's okay. Again, you're free to go fuck yourself.
But we still watch you anyway. Yeah,
exactly. Because you know why? You know why you guys watch me? You guys watch me because you're waiting for the fat guy to fall off his chair or trip on something and fall down, because fat people are funny when they fall. We are.
I'm just waiting for
shit jiggles. It's like a flabalanche. It's great.
A flabalanche?
Yeah, and I could say that because I'm fat.
Can I not say that? I'm not allowed to say that.
You're not allowed to say that. That's our word. That's our term. You can't say it.
Okay, you can't say bootylicious then.
No.
You can't say bootylicious. That's our word. I'm claiming that. I'm taking that back.
No. I like bootylicious.
Well, we've had the cunt conversation before.
Yeah, it's a great word.
Yeah, it's the word I'm taking back.
Especially, you gotta, you know what? Nothing says classy like cunt with a British or Australian accent.
Would you like, what's a cunt is something else.
Your mom just said, I'm not gonna lie, I watched because Roger's awesome.
I can also see the comments.
Fuck.
And she said, "'Cause of Nicole."
I got to be honest with you. I don't blame you. If given the option to look at to be watching either one of us, I'd watch her too.
I tell you, you should start an ASMR channel. People would listen to you.
Seriously.
Because you've got a face for radio, as they say.
I do. It's easy to hide 350 pounds behind a microphone and no screen. Who the hell still says bootylicious? Nicole does, because it's her word and she's bringing it back.
I watch you to learn. Thanks, Stan. Nice. I hope you learn something every week, because every week I learn something here. And I hope Roger does too.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
You don't learn something today?
Did I learn something today?
Did you want to learn something?
Okay, what do you got to teach me?
I got today in history.
We'll do that in a little bit. We're still talking about free speech.
Sorry.
Still talking about this. We'll stay on topic.
Sorry.
So, here's another example of how this PC culture is getting out of hand. You ever hear the band Confederate Railroad?
No.
They're an old Southern rock band. They've been around since like the 60s or 70s. I can't think of any of their hits off the top of my head, but I recently heard about the story that one of the state fairs canceled them because their name is Confederate Railroad. There's
a performer who I know whose like performer stage name was something rebel, and she meant it like she said that she meant it because she was a Star Wars fan, but
okay,
people were reading it as rebel, like Confederate.
It's because people are fucking morons.
Yeah.
And that's the problem is as comedians, and I have no problem with saying it. I have no shame in saying it. If you're offended, eat a dick. People who are part of that whole offended cancel culture are the lowest common denominator. So comedians have to perform now to the lowest common denominator. So if you're going to look at a performer's name that is rebel, which the word rebel means a lot more than just having anything to do with the Confederacy. If you're going to look at the name rebel and associate it immediately with racism and with the Confederacy and with negative things, if that's then you are the lowest common denominator, and there's no fucking hope for the world. You should just stay home and not go out without a chaperone. What are you crunching on now?
Barbecue chips. Sorry.
She's eating barbecue potato chips. It's all right.
I'm sorry, I can't hear it. Can you? I'm sorry.
It's funny. Hey, you wanted an ASMR channel? Here we go. Hey, give me one. Just a small one. I'm really just I'm sure you guys wanted to hear that. Anyway, so when it comes at, you have to be offended. So everybody's got to be offended at something. Everybody's got to be. Michelle, what's up? Everybody's got to be offended by shit. Actually, I'm going to talk about that thing in a little bit. But it's really starting to piss me off, and to see a guy who worked hard, who really does deserve a spot on Saturday Night Live, have it taken away from him because of something he said on a podcast. And it's not like he like his whole thing is making jokes about Asian people. So he doesn't even have a bit about it. It's just something he said on a podcast.
That's fucked up.
And because of that one time, now his career's over. And it's, basically back to the beginning for him.
I'll never become famous. I would never become famous because of all the things that I've said, both on this podcast, on YouTube, said on the internet.
No, if you become famous, it's because you're bootylicious.
You know how Facebook reminds you of things?
Uh-huh.
I had said a couple of years ago that I thought that pregnant women were ewy, specifically. And a lot of people got really offended.
Ewy?
Ewy.
Like, ew.
Yeah. A lot of people got really offended by that. And I said it as kind of a joke, but,
Whatever. Everybody's got to be offended by shit.
This is offension culture. Offended culture. It's like everybody needs to be offended by something these days.
Well, what's funny is, the whole free speech movement really pushed in the 1960s, and it was really centered around Berkeley, California, UC Berkeley. Now, this whole cancel culture, offended, politically correct, movement is centered around UC Berkeley, California.
They're like 30 years late.
Well, the problem
40
is
year-
the
50
place
years
the place
late.
where free speech started is now with where the place where this is where it's basically reverting back to that almost Puritan thought process that you can't say things that offend people. You can't say cocksucker on stage. My only problem with using the word cocksucker on stage is it's an offense to the art.
To
That
cock
being-
sucking?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Like to call somebody you don't like a cocksucker is an offense to the art of cocksucking. Because it is an art form. And I appreciate good art. Anyway. People get offended by pineapple on pizza. Yep. I hate to say, people, I'm from New York. I like pineapple on pizza. Not on a good New York pizza. I'll have it on a shitty Domino's pizza, but I like it.
We gotta fight about that one day.
What?
I don't like it on a good New York pizza. I like it on a shitty Domino's pizza. Listen, not everybody likes greasy, floppy ass pizza that you gotta fold in half.
Oh, no, the fuck you didn't.
I'm gonna throw some fisticuffs.
What the fuck?
What?
You gonna throw some fisticuffs?
Yeah.
That's funny, just how you say it.
What do people normally say?
Fisticuffs.
Oh, sorry.
Fisticuffs.
I thought it was fisticuffs.
Fisticuffs sounds like, a prison nickname.
Fisticuffs.
Fisticuffs. But yeah, so we're devolving, and it goes. You should be able to say anything you want. Free speech in this country. Well, I mean, there is free speech, but saying something does have, ramifications. There are repercussions. There's consequences to being free. And to be honest with you, the First Amendment, which everybody falls back to with being free speech, that only protects you from the government. That does not protect me from you. That there's no whoa, shit.
Oh, what happened? Oh, okay.
I moved the mouse to the top.
Oh, okay.
There's nothing. There's no protections amongst citizen to citizen.
Right.
There's just the understanding of this is a free country and you should be able to say whatever the fuck you want, or you have the ability to say whatever you want with consequences. Give me a second. Let me try and the shouting fire in a crowded theater. Is that illegal?
No, but you probably shouldn't.
I found that it actually is.
It is illegal?
Yep.
I'm pretty sure it is illegal. That sounds like something that's illegal.
It is illegal. And here's why. Because shouting fire in a crowded theater when there's no fire, you're saying something that is both dangerous and false.
Okay.
So if you're saying something that is true and dangerous, it's not illegal because
Right.
it's true.
Right.
You can say something that's true and not dangerous.
True and not dangerous. Okay.
That's okay. You can say something dangerous that's false. Wait, if it's false and dangerous, it's illegal.
Right.
So if it's false and dangerous, it's illegal. It can be dangerous but true. It can be
Well, it's dangerous and true. It's just a warning.
and something false and safe is not illegal. It's libel or slander, depending on what it is, or
Right.
it's okay. So, to try and say that, free speech, we should be able to say whatever the fuck we want, but there should be consequences. I'm not going to go into certain neighborhoods and just start spewing out racial fucking, racist remarks. Get your ass kicked. You deserve to get your ass kicked if you're going to do that. I'm not going to go into a gay bar and start talking bad about gay people. I can do that legally. It's my right to do it, but it's their right to kick my ass for saying it.
Don't do that. I'd be sad if you did that.
I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
But I'm just using it as an example. I love the gays.
Gays are great.
I just don't love them like that.
You just like being around them.
Yeah.
You like their energy.
I do, actually.
They have great energy.
They do.
For the most part, the gays in general have great energy.
Yeah, they do.
The gays.
So, you should be able to say whatever you want as long as you're willing to, face the consequences. But what should the consequences be? Well, the punishment should fit the crime, right? Guy said a stupid comment on a podcast. I say stupid comments on podcasts all the fucking time. It's what I do. Yes. Completely moronic, idiotic things on podcasts all the time. And it's my right to do so. But the punishment should fit the crime. Should this guy be denied his career as a comedian because he made a shitty joke on a podcast a couple years ago? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Should he be forced to learn how to order a meal in Mandarin Chinese or in Cantonese and go order it in a Chinese restaurant? Absolutely. That's the punishment fitting the crime.
I agree with that.
Or something silly like that because it was a silly joke. Calm the fuck down. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but whips and chains excite Nicole.
Just me?
No, they excite me. They excite me too.
I'm the only one, really.
Yeah, I just wanted to throw it that way. Okay. But no, it's yes, sticks and stones may break my bones, but whips and chains excite me. That's what we need. We need to go back to that shit. We need to stop being offended at shit. If you don't like what a comedian has to say, regardless of whether it is, you can't spell flamboyant without boy. That's true, and you can't have manslaughter without laughter. We need to go back to that. Sticks and stones may break my bones. If you don't like what I'm saying, don't listen. If you don't like what Nicole's saying, don't listen. If you don't like what Dane Cook is saying, don't listen. If you don't like what Carlos Mencia is saying, then you pretty much like everybody else on the planet. What about black guys who go into a suburban neighborhood? What would happen to them?
They're probably just going home.
Yeah. I mean, I live in the suburbs and I live in a very mixed neighborhood. I hate the white people though. Fuck them. I could say that.
There's varying levels of white people.
Yeah, there's varying levels of everything.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's varying levels of every type of people.
One thing I've learned, and this is probably the most valuable lesson I have learned in 41 years of walking this planet Earth, that there are good people of every color, shape, religion, creed, orientation, of every ethnic background. There are good people everywhere. There are also fucking horrible people that look exactly like those good people, that go to the same churches as those good people, that have the same, sexual orientation and religion and politics, and everyone is great and everyone is an asshole. That's what I've learned.
You're right.
Thank you.
You're 100% right.
Down. There you go. Now you can relax and sit back a little bit. It's got to be pointed at your mouth. It doesn't have to be here. It's just got to be at least pointed.
I've never given a blowjob. I've only had ear sex.
When they said to put it in your ear, they said put it in your rear, not in your ear. They're talking about the birth control hole, all right? But yeah, there are good people and bad people everywhere. The gloves come off in a comedy club. You don't like it, then leave. Same thing on a podcast. On an uncensored podcast. I should be able to sit here and say whatever the fuck I want, and you can either listen to it or not, and that's your choice. But I should be free to say whatever the fuck I want, and I am free to say whatever the fuck I want, and I do say whatever the fuck I want. If you don't like it, lick my taint.
Did you shower?
Actually, right now, you don't want to go anywhere near that.
I mean, I don't normally.
Like, I'd be yeah, that's true. But I'd be grossed out as fuck just to go take a leak right now. Just to have to like really scrub my hands. It's been a hot day. I've been running around working. My car doesn't have air conditioning. I showered this morning before I left the house, but that was at this point
several hours
14
ago.
Hours ago. 14 hours of fat guy sweat. That's not pretty.
We're too close of friends.
Now you know. Now you know. What's going now? Everybody knows because I am free to talk about my sweaty balls.
I don't put deodorant underneath my boobs because they're not big enough.
I put deodorant underneath my boobs because they are big enough.
I should probably put deodorant in my ass crack though.
Powder. Better yet, get Gold Bond powder because it's minty and it tingles.
It's minty.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's got menthol and it makes your butthole tingle.
What if it
legit?
What if it gets in there?
like in your butt. Don't shove the thing up your butt and squeeze. Just kind of dust the outside. Like powder your nose, powder your butthole.
Like with a
powder
makeup
your balloon knot.
like with a makeup brush.
I usually just kind of hold the thing over my ass crack, like in line with my ass crack, like right at the pant line, and I'll just give it like a little squeeze, so it like kind of blows a puff of talc in the crevice of my anus. You guys love listening to this, and I love you that you're listening to this. Just so you know,
This is my favorite. This is my favorite day of the week.
Yeah. And don't forget to be really efficient. Take a shit in the shower and
waffle stomp.
Waffle stomp those nuggets down the drain.
We should make an infomercial for waffle stomping.
Already on it.
Already on it?
Already on it. Already working on it.
All right.
So while we're talking about serious topics, here's a question for you: victims' rights and should the victim in a crime have the ability to directly influence sentencing? Depends
on the crime.
I will set up this scenario.
Okay, let's go.
A very close friend of mine, somebody who I, is just a genuinely great person, was fairly recently the victim of a crime. And I'm not going to mention this young lady's name. She, sweet girl, the type of person, much like you, would never cause harm to another person, just a good person. And someone that lived in her complex, had some problems, and was a fucking asshole, and filled a water gun up with urine and sprayed it on her.
Like, obviously on purpose.
Yes, 100% on purpose.
That's some fucked up shit.
And a lot of times the victim gets to read a victim impact statement prior to sentencing, but I actually had a point that I was going to make, and it just slipped my mind because I'm retarded.
We were talking about victims' rights.
Yeah, no. There was, and obviously the accused has the right to face their accuser, which definitely should be. That's part of our that's tantamount to our system. But there's clear evidence. I don't think that something like that should ever really be pled down. With the amount of evidence, he admitted to it. He had it on his person. Like there's no way you could convince a jury that he didn't do it. Like there's no way. But yet they're not so much asking for leniency, but they're like, all right, instead of whatever amount of jail time, give him probation.
I mean,
realistically
speaking, that crime wasn't that bad.
Until a rando fucking sprays piss on you from a water gun.
I've unfortunately gotten random person's pee and shit on me. That's part of working in hospitality, unfortunately, and vomit and working in childcare.
All right, now imagine you're in your front yard and some guy runs up and
I'm not saying he shouldn't be punished. Yeah. I'm just saying that it shouldn't. It's not like to the maximum extent of the law.
Well, I don't think you should get a death sentence. But this is like somebody you really don't know, just lives in your neighborhood and decided to fucking go after you and spray you with a fucking.
I'm sorry. I'm the type of bitch that I would just pee on him back, and I would find some way to do it.
Not only would you pee on him, but you'd probably charge him.
Oh,
you'd make him pay.
Yes. To all of the above. Yes. So I'm not, yes, I would like, oh my God, somebody peed on me, press charges, but you better believe that I'm getting my own revenge on my own.
Your mom says, if it didn't go in her eyes, I agree with Nicole. It's, to me, that's not like, you're peeing and you accidentally, slip your aim and accidentally pee on somebody. I mean, it takes a conscious effort to pee into a water gun, carry said water gun, and it's not like it was like a college kid. This was a grown ass man.
Is there some sort of like pre-existing animosity between them for some reason?
We'll say that the gentleman was nuttier than squirrel shit and believed the victim to be an informant for the FBI.
Okay, but then that's still not a reason to get the law involved. That's something to get mental health services involved in.
Well, once the pee got spraying, that's when law gets involved.
Right. But I'm not saying he didn't know any better because he's a grown man and he probably knew what he was doing was wrong.
Yeah.
But that's not just like a random malicious person. There's something wrong with that person.
Upon arrest, he said he admitted to the crime as well as saying he would absolutely do it again.
Okay, so he should still be punished, just not like a normal vandalism.
I think
waterboarding
would be a good punishment.
With pee?
Yeah, what the fuck? Everybody gets to squat over him and pee.
I would pretty much just shit in his lawn for the rest of my life until I lived there.
It was an apartment complex.
Shit on his front door, front step.
Actually, he was evicted. He was kicked the fuck out.
Oh, well, I guess that's fine.
Yeah. But I think he should definitely serve some time for that. Because that's not
the point about victims' rights. What was the whole conversation about that?
I actually had an agenda for it, but I fucking forgot it and I didn't write it down aside from victims' rights and mention this case. It just bothers the shit out of me that it's sick, but there is no danger. There actually could be a danger because diseases are transmitted by urine.
Okay, so then he / his insurance / his lawyer / the apartment complex who allowed this to happen or whatever, somebody should pay for her to get tested. Done. And then he got evicted, so he's no longer a threat to her. Done. Sorry, like that doesn't seem that serious to me. I have gotten random people's pee and shit and vomit and blood and been bitten by people and been attacked by people.
Yeah, well, you just hang out in weird fucking places.
Oh no, these are customers.
I know.
These are customers at my drunken jobs. So getting urine on me sucks, but it's not unheard of.
Yeah, I definitely think that I disagree with you. I think this motherfucker should spend a couple days in the pokey.
3 days, 5 days, call it a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody else pee on him.
I think she should have. I think he should do. I say 5 days, and she should be able to pee on him.
She's not gonna want to. If somebody,
I'm just saying, hypothetically, if it was me, that would be the punishment I would deliver. But he wouldn't be able to watch it come out. Like she would have to pee into a cup and then pour it into a super soaker, and then she'd have to spray it into his mouth like one of them fucking clowns at the fair.
Why would you spray it into the mouth? Super soaker. Why wouldn't you literally just like? Why?
Because he did it out of a water gun.
Ooh, that's not quite an eye for an eye. It's not quite a piss for a piss. The person who's seeking revenge should be a little bit stronger.
Yeah, super soaker versus a water gun.
Oh my God. Was it like a pew pew water gun? Was it a dollar store water gun?
I think so.
How much pee? Like half a cup, please. I got to refill those things like five times a night when I'm shooting random customers with water. Yes, I do.
Water or urine?
Water.
Okay.
But I'm saying I got to refill those things a bunch of times.
Get better water guns. Get a super soaker. Fill it with tequila. You'll be the fucking hit of the party.
Listen, if this was me, I'm not saying I don't feel bad for your friend, but if this was me, I wouldn't have even taken it to the cops. I would have hired a few people on the side. I would have had him kidnapped. Be like, oh, you like peeing on people? I'll show you something about peeing on people.
Well, I guess to my friend who may or may not be listening, you have my support. I think the guy should get pissed in the face.
I'm sorry about that this happened to you. If you are or are not listening, if you need some help seeking revenge, let me know.
Nicole's twisted. I like that. I like that about you.
Yay for water sports.
Yay!
I don't mean jet skiing.
Nope. She likes showers that are golden.
And waffle stomping.
And waffle stomping the nuggets down the drain. It's only a problem when you have corn.
It's only a problem if you don't have one of those sports bottle water spouts.
Sports bottle water spouts.
Most people have the grid.
Yeah.
But some people have the little like thing that you have to like pull up and then pull down.
Yeah, I got the grid one. That's why it's called waffle stomping, because it's like a waffle.
I thought
like a shit waffle.
I thought your poop was a waffle.
Like a dookie waffle. Lord have mercy.
I'm glad we're friends.
Oh, Marianne says, Cynthia, I wish I could go, but I don't think I'll make it. It would be awesome to get together. I keep forgetting that Peter's wife is friends with my sister. I got to watch what I say around both of them. I'm just kidding. I love you guys. All you guys. You're all awesome. All right, so moving on. Nicole-Oleo. You all right over there?
Yeah.
You eating your shrimp crackers or shrimp?
I was trying not to
shrimp stuff.
Chomp into the thing.
Chomp, chomp, chomp. Oh, I'm gonna have some fruit flies. So, what is the holiday of the day?
Oh, I didn't look up a holiday. I looked up the day in history, and I looked up Florida.
We'll go with that. We'll go with that.
A couple of things happened today in history. One of them was the bloodiest battle of the Civil War.
Ooh.
Won't get into that. That was a little gruesome.
No, get into it.
I didn't do that much research on it.
God damn it.
It was just that. It was the bloodiest battle. Most people died in the Civil War. Other than that, in 1920, the NFL became official.
That's true.
Yeah.
NFL 100.
I have two Florida man stories.
All right, what you got?
One's pretty dark.
Okay.
Florida man accused of bludgeoning father on boat receives 9-year sentence.
Wait, what?
Florida man accused of bludgeoning father on boat receives 9-year sentence.
Okay.
It's kind of dark.
It's pretty far. Florida man.
Yeah.
Florida man dark.
The other Florida man story is a little bit more Florida man-esque. A man was getting his truck repoed, but he decided to go into a tug-of-war battle with the tow truck driver.
Who won?
The tow truck driver?
I would think so.
Yeah. So, but I just would have loved to see that.
There are a bunch of videos on the internets.
Yeah.
Of people doing that, trying to drive off the lift. So one where this woman was just she took a tire iron and just started beating the shit, broke every window, broke every light, just beat the shit out of it. It's like, you have to pay for that.
Yeah.
You know, they're taking it, but you still have to pay for that. Fucking morons.
Okay, I do have today's funny holiday.
What is today's funny holiday?
Today's Constitution Day and Citizenship Day.
Nice.
Today's also Get Ready Day.
Ooh.
Today is also National Apple Dumpling Day.
Ooh.
National IT Professionals Day.
Ooh.
National Monte Cristo Day.
It's one of my favorite sandwiches.
National Professional House Cleaners Day. Shout out to all the Merry Maids.
There you go.
National Table Shuffleboard Day.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah. There's more.
Shout out to Two Girls in a Bucket.
What?
It's a cleaning service.
Oh.
Two Girls in a Bucket. Named after two girls in a cup.
Oh. Take a loved one to the doctor day.
Take a loved one to the doctor day?
Yes.
Like to the shrink?
It's observed the third Tuesday in September every year.
Nice.
It's Time's Up Day. When people tell themselves that it's time's up when deciding on something.
Oh, okay.
Took a really long time. Took you 9 months out of the year to do that.
Yeah.
World Patient Safety Day.
Okay.
I'm not sure what that is, but
I think it's a nurse thing.
Okay. And that's it. That's all I could find.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, it's Baby Safety Month.
Oh, nice.
Better Breakfast Month. Cable TV Month. Surgical Technologies Week in the third full week of September.
Nice.
College Savings Month.
Oh.
Fall Hat Month, even though we're still in the summer.
Yeah, it's true.
It is Gynecological Cancer Awareness Month.
Get your hoo-has checked.
Yes. Happy Cat Month.
Meow.
Buy some cat litter and catnip.
Meow.
Yeah. Healthy Aging Month.
Yeah.
Hug a Texas Chef Month. Do we have any Texas chefs in our listener midst?
I don't think so.
There's a couple other ones, but International Square Dancing Month. Yeehaw.
Well, now swing your part in the dirty old thing. Follow through with an elbow swing.
International Update Your Resume Month.
You're gonna get fired.
Little Leagues Month.
Nice.
National Americana Month.
Hey, Americana.
National Blueberry Popsicle Month.
Blueberry Popsicle Month.
Yeah, it's very specific.
That would sound like more of a summery thing, even though we are still in summer.
Yeah. National Chicken Month.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
National Coupon Month.
There you go.
National Courtesy Month.
Fuck that.
National Family Feels Month. Meals Month. Family Meals Month.
Have family. We eat dinner together as a family almost every night.
That's good. National Food Safety Month.
Because nobody likes some dirty food.
National Fruit and Veggies More Matter Month.
Okay.
National Guide Dog Month.
I didn't see that one coming.
National Head Lice Prevention Month.
That's because it's back to school.
National Hispanic Heritage Month.
Hey.
30 days starting on September 15th. I don't know why it starts in the middle of the month because us Hispanics are bass backwards.
Seriously, what the fuck is that? Is that some kind no, you know what it is? It's the Mayan calendar.
Probably.
Yeah, they're not using our calendar, they're using the Mayan calendar.
National Honey Month.
Ooh.
I miss Miss Vicky's honey. I need some more honey. I'm scraping the bottom of my honey jar right now.
Well, I may be going up to New York next month, and I'm hoping I get this job. And if I get it, I'm going up to New York, and I'm going to be able to go down to the East End of Long Island to the farms and get a pie from Briarmere and some fresh honey. And I love going through. Then they have like honey straws.
Oh, we have
all different flavors.
We have a CBD honey straws at Bellagio now.
Really?
Yeah, it's random.
Yeah, they're just trying shit over there.
Oh wait, this potato month. I'll give you like
fucking Idahoans.
National Piano Month.
All right.
National Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month. So if you're going to get checked for your hoo-ha, this is the month to do it.
Get all the plumbing checked.
Yeah, all the plumbing checked. Sickle Cell Awareness Month.
All right.
There's a bunch of like health awareness things that are happening this month.
You know what it is? Because I think you're at the 9-month mark and all your New Year's resolutions are so far gone, they're never coming back. And this is when you start really feeling like shit. So there you go.
That's probably true. Well, there you go.
As my diabetic ass eats fucking fruit slice candy.
It's also National Cheeseburger Day today.
I didn't have a cheeseburger.
Oh, it's tomorrow. Sorry, just kidding. I read it tomorrow. Tomorrow's National Cheeseburger Day, and there's a couple of different restaurants which I did not research that you can actually go and get a free cheeseburger tomorrow.
Nice. I don't care about that, but I will have a cheeseburger tomorrow.
I'm probably gonna have a veggie burger that's still gonna have cheese on it. So there.
Why not a hamburger?
Because I don't want a hamburger because a cheeseburger is just a burger that has cheese. It doesn't specify what type of meat goes on the burger.
It's true, but hamburgers aren't made of ham.
They're made of cows. It should be a cow burger.
True. And speaking of which, Burger King corporate in certain neighborhoods is changing the name from hamburger to burger as to not offend Muslims. I'll give you a minute to process that.
But they don't eat cows and also pigs.
They eat cows.
They do eat cows?
They don't eat pigs. They eat cows.
But it's not offensive. It's just a name.
Because it's from Hamburg.
Right. Not ham.
Yeah. But because ham is pork and seriously, that's their mentality. That's the logic.
What's another food that is named after something that doesn't have in it? Like Rocky Mountain oysters?
Spotted dick. Does not have any dick in it. Well, I mean, it usually doesn't. If you warm it up right, it feels good.
Meat pies.
Meat
pudding. That's what I meant to say. Meat pudding does not have pudding.
It is a pudding. Spotted dick is a pudding. Sponge pudding.
I'm gonna
the definition of pudding in England is different than here, and I kind of like pudding. Never mind.
What's your favorite sweet pudding?
Okay. Kind of so the bacon burger at BK is out there. Yeah, not if you're in a Muslim community. My favorite sweet pudding, that's kind of a toss up. I love rice pudding. I love bread pudding. But my favorite is butterscotch pudding.
Yo, that's why we're friends.
For reals.
We're friends because of the rice pudding and the butterscotch pudding, because those are the two flavors that everybody's like, ew, I don't want to eat those things because they don't taste like candy.
Butterscotch pudding is fucking amazing.
Butterscotch pudding is amazing. You said you like rice pudding. Do you like tapioca pudding?
I like tapioca.
Okay.
But to me, tapioca pudding is vanilla pudding with fucking
little balls in it. Yeah, little.
Or as we used to say when we were kids, my father used to say it's fisheye pudding.
That's not what fish eyes taste like. Fish eyes are crunchy.
Ew.
I have a cousin who would
gross that you know that.
I have a cousin that when we cooked fish, like at our family dinners or whatever, she'd always ask for the eyeballs like a weirdo.
That is fucking weird.
But you know what? When we had ham steak in my house, I'd ask for the piece with the bone marrow.
Well, that's okay. That's bone marrow.
I would like suck it out. Like I'd dying.
So what you're trying to say is you'd suck the creamy filling out of the bone?
My mom is the one who let me do it. So you can talk to her about that. Thank you very much. I plead the fifth.
Benny, you're a lucky man. You weren't expecting that, were you?
Happy birthday, Dad.
Happy birthday, Betty.
Now I'm gonna sit over here with my
fish eyeballs. Yeah, that's something that's weird. Like I like eating fish. I don't like whole fish.
I don't like whole fish either because I can't stand the bones and everything.
Yeah, I want when fish comes to my table, I want a chef or a fishmonger to have processed all of the bones and the skin. I don't like the skin.
That's why I'll never eat at the melting pot, because I'm not paying $50 to cook my own food.
Agreed.
I will never eat a steak at Black Rock.
I will never go to Black Rock.
I know. I've heard your
Fuck Black Rock.
But in Brandon.
Yeah, I mean this one might be different.
The Carrollwood people are all my peeps. So
all right, maybe I'll try that out one day.
They come to drink at my bar when they're done working. Thank you very much. So I would never pay to cook my own Black Rock steak. I will never pay to go to a Korean barbecue because I'll be damned if somebody else is cooking if I'm cooking my own food when I'm paying for it.
They do that at a Korean barbecue?
Yeah, they have like a little like hot plate grill thing in the middle of the table and you like do your own thing.
Yeah. No. If I'm gonna cook my own food, I'm gonna stay at home.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. So I don't even remember how I got started talking about that.
Yeah, I don't remember either. Fuck it.
So
yeah, the bacon burger is that in those Muslim areas they do not serve bacon.
My mom posted that she had tried an Impossible Whopper, and I gotta tell you that I really like veggie burgers. I like the carrot and the watercress and all that stuff in my actual veggie burger. I like the way that vegetables taste. And so the other day I asked for a veggie burger at Burger King, and they were like, well, we have the Impossible Burger now. And I'm like, yeah, I don't really know if I want to try it because I don't really like meat. And they're like, it tastes just like meat. And I'm like, I know, that's why I don't want it. And they're like, okay, well, we'll give you one for free to try it. And so I tried it, and I had a stomach ache for like 7 hours.
Okay, I tried the Impossible Burger last year. It was actually almost exactly a year ago. I tried it at Epcot, and it was, freshly prepared, and it was good. I mean, it tasted like meat. If you gave it to me and didn't tell me what it was, I probably wouldn't have known. But like the Impossible Whopper,
mm-hmm.
The Whopper is 640 calories for an original Whopper. The Impossible Whopper is 600 calories. You're not saving anything.
It's because it's all soy protein, textured soy protein.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, it has beet juice, so it bleeds. I'm like, I don't eat a veggie burger because I want meat. I eat a veggie burger because I don't want meat.
Yeah, I eat a burger because I like meat. And actually, the carbon footprint required to create a veggie burger is worse. The Impossible Burger is worse than the carbon footprint of making a real burger.
I know.
So there is almost zero advantage.
I know. Aside
from the novelty factor of what it is. Soylent Green is people.
I haven't eaten an actual Whopper in many, 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 many years. I haven't eaten a real Big Mac in many, many, many years. And just basically, I'll make it quick, but there's so much mayo and so much extra stuff that I just want a regular veggie burger with my lettuce, onion, pickle, tomato, mustard, and mayo.
I love Whoppers.
Cheese, yeah. Well, I don't like their Whopper sauce or whatever.
Maddie Collins coming in from the land down under.
Welcome.
He said, yo, Roger. Hi, Nicole. Show sucks without you.
Thanks.
Roger did the show from the shitter last. That was like 3 weeks ago.
That was not from the shitter. It was from his sound booth. I'll give him
which
that.
Which is kind of like a porta potty.
You think you could just buy a porta potty and like gut it and then just like go
Put
from
some
there?
Soundproofing in it, yeah.
Yeah.
But a porta potty's probably a bit more expensive than what I got.
Probably.
I built mine on the cheap.
I started singing The Land Down Under to Mike the other day, and he was like, I didn't know that was an Australian song.
Yes. Well, they're from Australia.
I know. So is Savage Garden. And I was like, yeah, I remember when we were in Wallaby Walkabout in Busch Gardens. And they're always playing Australian music. And he's like, I never noticed. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, they're always playing like Savage Garden and.
See, I never associated. I mean, even though they're an Australian band, I never really would think of them as like Australian as,
I may have told you this before, but when I was like about 11 or 12, I gathered up all my CDs and I found all the fan page emails or not fan page addresses. And I hand wrote a bunch of mail to all of my favorite singers and CDs and everything like that. And Savage Garden. And I was like, hey, I'm a big fan. Send me a signed picture or whatever. And Savage Garden was the only one that responded. And They sent me a signed picture. So I will forever love Savage Garden.
Maddie says he has to work, but he's waiting for his bus. Maddie, while you're here, how far are you? Because I know Australia's a big country. Where are you in relation to Sydney? Like, I guess the Sydney area.
Also, what time is it right now?
It's morning over there right now.
I still want to know what time it is.
He's going to work. It's in the morning.
9 in the morning. Is it a whole 12 hours away?
Well, reason why I'm asking is because I know Maddie's he's a biker dude. He's a biker. Powderfinger is from my city. What city would that be?
Powderfinger?
Powderfinger. I don't know what that is.
I don't know that band.
I gotta see where this. I want to see how far you are from a certain event that is taking place in Australia. The where are you? I guess it's coming up in a couple of months. Australia Summer Nats. Really, what are you? How far are you?
Newsboys is from Australia too.
Actually, if I'm saying it wrong, kiss my Canberra. Sydney is 12 hours straight driving. Where are you in relation to Canberra? Canberra, however you would pronounce it. That's where the this event is in Canberra. I'm
so glad that Maddie chooses to start his day by listening to us.
Look up Powderfinger. They're good. Been around for decades. I shall check them out. Put them on my list of shit to do. Powderfinger. I've probably heard their music, but never put two and two together.
Powderfinger is a song by Neil Young.
Canberra. Yeah. How far is that from where you are? Because there's an event that happens there that is it's coming up in a few months.
Powderfinger is an Australian rock band that's been around since 1989.
Oh, actually, no, it's January is when it happens. What?
Powderfinger is an Australian rock band that was started in 1989, and then in 1992 they broke up. Then they got back together in 2010.
Okay, nice.
They had the Internationalist peaked at number 1 on the area albums chart in 1998 with their song or their album Odyssey number 5.
Okay. 6 hours past Sydney. He hasn't been there since he was 6. All right, never mind then. But if you happen to find yourself in Canberra in January, there's an event, drag racing event called the Summer Nats that they have over there. It's very, very big event. And one of the guys that's local to this area, he's a big YouTube celebrity. His name is Cletus McFarland. They're building a car to take to Summer Nats, and it is I think it's a 4th generation Camaro Z28, the IROC style.
Oh, pretty.
Yeah.
I know what that is.
Well, it's black. It's in a little bit of rough shape paint wise, but they put a 10-liter big block V8. They put a fucking huge engine in this thing to do burnouts and shit with. But I figure if you were local to it, you should check, if you could go to it, check it out. But for a 18-hour drive, fuck that shit.
I have so many.
Bridget, what's up?
I have so many Australian questions for Maddie.
Oof.
So many. So I want to ask him if he's ever had to punch a kangaroo, or ask him things like, do they eat their popcorn salty or sweet?
Hang on. You know what? Don't answer any of those questions, Maddie. Don't answer any of them, because what we're going to do is I want to do a segment one night, if we can schedule up time, where we're going to do an Ask the Aussie segment, and we'll let people ask whatever weird shit they wanted to ask an Australian man. We'll let them ask.
No, but tell me about the popcorn, salty or sweet.
That's a preference thing. Like, sometimes I like it sweet, sometimes I like it salty. I'm sure the rest of the world is the same way.
No, but I've had Europeans and Southeast Asians come into my job at the movie theater, where for the most part, if you go to a movie theater, you're going to get salty popcorn. In America, sweet popcorn's like a holiday thing, or it's like a specific thing that you have to buy or whatever. But they were like, "Oh, do you have sweet popcorn?" And I had to remember that in other parts of the country, they just have sweet popcorn, like
buttered.
Salty.
Buttered popcorn.
That's what he says?
That's what he said. Buttered.
So it's salty. It's
yeah.
Salty popcorn. It's not sweet popcorn.
Okay. Buttered popcorn.
Do you like shrimp chips? Do you have shrimp chips? Do you have any weird snacks that I can give you money and you mail to me?
We're going to save that for the Australian man. We're going to ask the Australian man segment.
I need some
We're gonna
kangaroo
schedule
jerky.
something.
I've had it before. It was
I
super.
can get it. I can get it for you. Jesus Christ. Just tell me that's what you want. I'll get it.
I need some.
If you want a whole fucking kangaroo, I could make that happen.
I need kangaroo jerky. I need Kit Kats specific to Australia because they have a ton of flavors that are not available in the US. I need whatever your most popular brand of potato chips is.
He says they are fucking prawns. No, they're not. They're shrimp.
What? Shrimp chips?
They're prawn. They're fucking prawns. That's what he said.
They're prawn chips. They're prawn chips. Fine, they're prawn chips.
No, they're shrimp chips because it's not the Bubba Gump Prawn Company. It's the Bubba Gump Shrimp Company.
Bubba Gump was from Louisiana or something.
I know. Shit. Well, BioLabattery, Louisiana.
What?
I'm sorry, no. BioLabattery, Alabama.
Oh, okay.
That's where he's from. They got a whole lot of shrimp boats.
I used to live down the street from a Bubba Gump shrimp.
It's a novelty thing. I ate it once. It was
never
okay. Never wasn't that impressed. I mean, it was cute.
Same thing as like a Hard Rock Cafe.
Yeah, there's a bubblegum shrimp in I think Universal. Universal's got one.
Oh,
they also have a Margaritaville.
Wasting away in Margaritaville.
There's a big like blender, and it like fills up and then overflows, and they play a song.
Seriously? Yeah. Did you ever?
It's cool, but it's a touristy novelty thing.
Did you ever go to
shrimp equals midgets, prawn, sea creatures that kill people with allergies? Exactly. But hang on.
Shrimp chips.
Hang on.
From China or Thailand specifically in that case.
Product of Thailand.
Shrimp chips. Ain't nobody saying prawn chips. Thank you. The Asian lady who checked me out at the gas station today, shrimp chips, very tasty, very tasty.
Great. Now you can't go on Saturday Night Live.
Because I said Asian joke?
Yes.
Okay, listen. I justify it because I've been working in Japanese restaurant for a long, long time.
That actually do pretty good.
Thank you.
Damn. All right. So when I have an Asian character, you're going to play the Asian character.
Oh, we'll happy to play.
Send Nicole a snack box so she can do an unboxing on the podcast.
Yes. Yes, please.
I'm not set up for you. I'm not set up for calls.
Who is it?
What's that?
Who is it?
Somebody.
Oh, okay.
Somebody. Okay, should be quiet.
Okay, sorry. I was just wondering if we could.
Not ready to take calls tonight.
Okay, sorry.
Nicole is eating chipped midgets. Yes. Yes.
Chipped midgets.
They're a Floridian delicacy.
Yeah, man.
Yo, I'm so excited to be like a week and a half away from eating alligator in St. Augustine.
Nice.
Fucking love me some alligator. I don't feel bad because I love alligators. They're like my second favorite animal. I love kangaroos. They're up there on the top 10. They are both delicious. Okay. Just because I love them doesn't mean I can't eat them. They're a nuisance in both of their countries of origin. Is all I'm saying.
I'm not sad because I believe it is a noble thing for the animal to give its life to nourish us.
As long as you say thank you and don't waste it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. In Japanese, instead of saying like cheers or whatever, or like bon appetit, they say itadakimasu, which basically means like thank you.
Yes.
Itadakimasu.
Oh, okay. I'll eat that too.
It basically means like I eat this gracefully, or I eat this with gratitude, I guess you could say.
He says he wants to watch us commit suicide with Vegemite.
Okay. I love Vegemite. I'll eat it. I'll take a spoonful of it. I have some Marmite in my freaking fridge right now.
Marmite, but Paul might not.
We can't get Vegemite here in this part of Florida. We can only get Marmite.
It's because it's more British than Aussies.
Yes, but it tastes very similar from what I hear.
We'll talk about putting together a snack pack, and we'll do an unboxing and tasting ASMR type video. We'll do that. Oh, that sounds good. That actually is pretty fucking soothing. Do you know what a mukbang is?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm mukbang right now.
No, don't do it now.
Don't do it now.
Don't do it now. Not now. The show's almost over.
There's been a couple of times where I go live eating my Taco Bell mukbang.
You're fucking deranged. I love you.
Is it cooking with Cole? Is it mukbang with Cole? I don't know.
I don't know, but I'm probably going to sit there and watch it anyway. What's funny, anytime I'm on Instagram and see Nicole is live, I'm like, she's either eating, cooking, or dancing or sewing.
Yes. Yes. Eating, cooking, or sewing.
But yeah, Maddie,
Or
we'll talk about putting together a pack of things. And Vegemite would definitely be in there. We would just, I think you put it on toast, so I'll have to bring a toaster.
I was gonna say something.
What?
I forgot.
And then when Maddie comes here, if I'm not there, I'm probably not going to be there when you first come in. But when you eat biscuits and gravy for the first time, I want it on video. I want it on fucking video. Not mukbang. That's something you would find on Pornhub. Please sponsor us.
Mukbang.
Mukbang. Mukbang. And what it is basically somebody eats a large amount of food on camera.
Oh, the other thing that I go live on is sometimes I do my face peel.
I think I did see that once.
Yeah, I do like a face mask, but because the noise it makes when it comes off is like a weird peeling noise. Yeah, just like that. Oh, can I do it? Oh, not even close. Not even close.
Yeah, I was thinking of it. I could hear it in the headphones.
But yeah, the noise it makes is like a weird like type noise. And I had somebody message me once and they're like, that sounds weird. And I'm like, no, that's the point.
Yeah. Hold it up to your ear and pull it apart.
Pull it up to my ear?
Hold it up to your ear and pull them apart. Pull those apart. Like that. It's like
thanks.
It's almost as gross as pulling apart a mayonnaise sandwich. Sounds perfect, mate. It'll probably take about a week. We'll talk about it and figure. We'll come up with some ideas and
I received my first piece of mail from Australia a couple months ago. I was so excited. The packaging was so pretty. The stamps were beautiful. They had a picture of the Queen on them.
Wait, what was that? I was reading what he wrote. I'm sorry.
I said that I received mail from Australia a couple months ago, and it was so pretty. Like the stamp was so pretty.
Yeah, it's got the Queen on it.
Yeah.
She cleans and vacuums. I have a plan, dude. I'm going to go for permanent work. I want to take 9 weeks from mid-October to December. That way I'll celebrate Halloween, Hyacinth's Boys' 22nd Thanksgiving, and Christmas. That is a damn good plan, man. And I will definitely make time to get my ass up there and visit. And
to New York?
No. They're in Virginia.
Oh, sorry.
Hyacinth's in Virginia. She was in New York. She's actually originally from North Carolina.
Like freaking
Go Tar Heels.
International and national here.
I'm bad. I'm nationwide.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I am.
From LA to Tokyo.
That's right. I'm so fancy.
I'm so glad
Vagina.
I'm glad you got that reference.
Maddie, Virginia is for lovers. That's their motto. Virginia is for lovers, but Pennsylvania has intercourse. There's a town in Pennsylvania called Intercourse.
There's a town in, I think it's like Michigan called Hell.
Yeah.
And it snows a lot.
Yeah. It's like living in hell.
You could literally say hell froze over. Yeah.
Then again, there's a town here in Florida called Christmas. And North Pole. No, is it North Pole? Yeah, I think something like that. Worldwide.
My favorite town in Florida is something Junction. What do you call it?
Yeehaw Junction.
Thank you. Yeehaw Junction.
That's barely a town.
It's literally like a three-way intersection.
You know what's really fucked up about that place?
Mm.
That's in Osceola County.
And
it's so far away from any kind of civilization in Osceola County. Kids that live in that area go to school in a different county. Because it would take them like an hour by bus, just straight up driving on the highway to get to near school.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Remember I told you the
billboard.
The billboard that was in Yeehaw Junction.
Yeah.
It was taken down. It was inappropriate.
She said three-way. Yep.
I did.
That's right. It is a three-way.
I drove around that whole 3 miles.
I'm upset that little bar and motel is closed.
In Yeehaw?
Yeah, whatever the fuck that little trading post place is called.
Oh, the Indian River Trading?
No. It's the something inn, the Desert Inn or something like that.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like right.
Sorry.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do know what you're talking about.
But it used to be a museum because it used to be a brothel back in the day, and they had one of the rooms. Like
are you sure you're not talking about Rachel, Nevada?
No. Now I have to look it up
because the Everyone Invades Area 51 is happening on September.
That's the little alien.
The little alien in Rachel, Nevada. That's right.
Yeah.
That's happening in a couple days. Very excited. There's a couple of Miss K2 Lemieux is performing an alien themed burlesque performance that day.
You got to say her name right now.
K2 Lemieux.
K2 Lemieux.
No.
Meow. You should have heard me and Dane. What's so funny, meow? Get up on that stage, right? Meow.
K2 Lemieux.
History: the Desert Inn. This Desert Inn and Restaurant.
In Conjunction Junction.
Yeehaw Junction. That's what the place looks like. It looks like old timey, almost Western looking bar. That's called the Desert Inn.
That's not there anymore?
No, it's still there. It's still there, but it's closed. But they had one of the rooms set up to look like it was when it was a brothel.
Oh, I gotcha.
Because everybody likes a hoa house. It's the best little whorehouse in Yeehaw Junction.
I would really like to go to the Wolf. I think it's called like the Wolf something Museum in St. Augustine. They have a replica setup of Lizzie Borden's bedroom.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like St. Augustine. We're going to talk about when you're leaving when?
The 20. I'm actually going to be leaving on the 24th.
So you're not going to be here?
No.
Everybody brace yourselves. Next week's show is going to suck, but
I can call in.
But
I can call in from the road.
We could do. I could set it up at home.
Okay.
But this is important. I will do it shirtless. How about that? I will do it with my titties hanging out.
And if you're in Jacksonville, please come see me at the open mic at Justice Pub.
Yeah, we may as well do that. We're gonna start wrapping up. So
I didn't even know what time it was.
It is 10:42 p.m. on the East Coast of Long Island of New York.
I mean,
of the United States.
That too.
Yes, all of that and more. So Nicole, when and where can we see you over the next couple of days?
Well,
over the next, actually, give it over the next 2 weeks, because if you're not going to be here and if for some reason you don't get to call in.
All right. Tomorrow is Wednesday. You can see me bartending at the Villaggio Cinema from 1 p.m. till close. Lots of Indian movies and all the best new releases if you're into foreign films. On Friday, you can see me go-go dancing at Gaspar's Grotto in Ybor and belly dancing at Acropolis in South Tampa. And on Saturday, you can see me belly dancing at Acropolis in St. Pete. And it's my birthday, so please come give me tips. And other than that, on the 25th, I will be performing at Justice Pub. And I say performing, but I mean being at an open mic, telling jokes to people who I've never met before and scaring them out of their minds. That starts at 8 in Jacksonville, Florida. And then on Thursday, I will be performing at Winter Haven Assisted Living Facility, which is actually going to be an open event. They're having a Greek night. It's Thursday, September 26th.
You know what that means, kids? Butt sex for everybody.
Butt sex for everybody. So on the Friday, September 27th, I will be performing samba at an Hora Loca at Whiskey North. And then also belly dancing at Acropolis in South Tampa. And then on Saturday, I will also be go-go dancing at Gaspar's Grotto with Miss Alexandria Rose, which I don't think you've ever met before. And I have 2 gigs. I have a showgirl gig with Miss Pepper and the Vegas Style Showgirls of Tampa, as well as another Hora Loca in the Pelican Trace restaurant.
Nice.
Yeah, so I got a lot of stuff coming up.
Yeah,
so
you're busy little bee.
I am a little busy little bee, and there's other stuff in October. October 18th is the Halloween gig with Pepper, Miss K2 Lemieux, and some other people. And also on the 26th of October, I'll be performing at Moonfest in West Palm Beach again.
Nice. Couple things to catch up on comments. Maddie, you're right. Nobody's going to storm Area 51. I'm going to be talking about that next Tuesday.
They turned it into a music festival. It's a concert.
Yeah, I know.
This is going to be the day that it goes down in history when the government kills a bunch of random innocent people.
If they try to storm it, yeah, but we're going to talk about that next week.
Okay.
We love you too, Maddie. And Maddie says happy birthday.
Thank you.
She's going to be 30-something.
Dose.
32.
30
dose.
30 dose.
30 dose. So as far as for me, I have 0 shit booked. Have a great week, guys. Nicole, travel safe. That's from Maddie.
Thank you.
Maddie, you too. Keep the shiny side of the bus up, and we'll be talking to you soon. They're not innocent. They're stupid. Yep. We're going to talk about that next week. That's good. Maddie. We got 15. We got to end this show, but next week that's the topic. I have 2 topics next week. That's one of them. So as far as for me, my bookings coming up in the next couple weeks is none because I've pissed everybody off. But
I don't believe that to be true.
It is. But you can catch me November 9th at Bellagio Cinema in the Carrollwood neighborhood of Tampa, up there on the Dale Mabry Highway. Check that show out. It's me, Peter Wolfinger, Dan Gerlach, and Jessica Stern. There may be a trip to New York in that meantime, but that is not solidified. And that's all I got going on. I've actually pissed everybody off.
That's only half true.
I've pissed half of people off. The half I've pissed off are the people that book shows.
But the other half of the people who are the up and comers and the independent people and the people who are like, fuck what everybody else says.
No, I've pissed them off too.
I don't believe that.
It wasn't intentional.
I don't believe that to be 100% true.
Oh, actually, we have a couple of minutes, so I'm going to tell you about one thing. I'm going to tell you a story that's kind of funny.
When you got into a fight on the basketball court?
No. No, I got into a fight on Facebook.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
and this was actually kind of shitty too. So a girl I'm not even going to mention anybody's names, but if you care to look, you can find things. So a girl I went to high school with, I'm not very close with her. I was never very close with her at all, but we connected on Facebook, and now I'm the type of person I'll click like on everybody's stuff just to let them know I'm still alive or whatever. And if it's something that's good for them, obviously I support people, my friends and stuff. Mm-hmm. I like showing some love and support. So this girl I went to high school with had twins, and she's my age. She's 40, 41. So having twins at that age is a pretty significant thing. And she had twins. They were in NICU for a couple for a couple weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, and she posted yesterday that the kids are finally coming home. And that's awesome. To me, that is absolutely freaking awesome. I'm happy that, the babies are now healthy and all that. So I clicked like, I gave it a thumbs up. Her fiance, whom I've never met, has never met me, clearly doesn't know a fucking thing about me, posts a comment. I posted a picture last night of a McChicken sandwich with a lot of mayonnaise on it and called it a McBukkake.
Yes.
And which I thought was funny.
I do, in fact, follow you on the Facebook.
Nice. This guy commented, "Your parents must be dead. Gross. Get some class, but first eat your own sandwich, then join your parents." This is the first time someone has officially told me to die.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I was so excited about this last night.
This has been happening my whole life, but okay.
Well, no, no, this is people who have told me go kill yourself type thing. But this is the first time a random person has said go die. Just the way it came in, all right.
I'm glad you made it this far, but okay.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm sure. Well, I mean, there have been plenty of people that actually have legitimately tried to kill me. That's another different story. But so anyway, so in starts the engagement of back and forth. So I say, actually, my mom's alive. She'll probably see this and laugh. Remember, Cupcake, it's a joke, not a dick. Don't take it so hard. He responded, "You probably don't have kids. I don't need lowlife's congratulations on our twins. Low class, poor taste." I said, "Wrong again, buddy. I have 3. They're beautiful and awesome. Congrats again to you and to your girlfriend. You may not want my congratulations, just like I don't want your opinion, but here we are." Then he said, "Agreed. I'll keep my opinion to myself. You keep your congratulations drizzled on your protein spill sandwich." I think he thinks that was cum on that sandwich. It was fucking mayonnaise.
Yeah, obviously, because it was called a McBukkake. It's clearly a sandwich with too much mayonnaise on it. Was it your sandwich?
No.
Oh, okay. It was just a random sandwich picture. Okay.
Then I said, "Nah, I'd rather spread it around right in the faces of those who creep on social media. Stay salty and protein packed." And then a couple of friends commented, and I said, "It's what happens when a weak-minded beta feels the need to open his cock holster and assert imaginary dominance, because I clicked the like button on his girlfriend's post. His girlfriend being someone, though I'm not very close with, I've known for over 30 years. They just had twins, and his girlfriend posted that they are coming home today, something I'm actually happy about on their behalf. But Mr. Jealous Snowflake over here has to pretend to be offended. Hope his girlfriend sees this as it's what relationship psychologists call a red flag behavior. So he saw that I liked her post and then went and checked out my profile.
That's this bitch Roger Nelson.
Yeah,
liking
who's this?
My girlfriend's
and I look, there are very
few. I haven't had the balls to rope up and claim as my own officially.
Like, dude, I'm not trying to get your girlfriend. While she is somebody I went to high school with, I was never close with her back then. And if I was trying to steal your girl, you goddamn right I'd be able to get her without a fucking doubt. So eat a dick. I just thought it was fucking funny that, like, this is the first time on social media somebody told me to fucking die. Like, that's awesome. I've made it.
There's a young lady in the dance community whose name I will not say, that she has burned a lot of bridges, we'll say. And I mean, to the point that she's like not right in the head, like slashing fellow dancers' tires, and
that is fucked up.
Doing things like running into their car on purpose, perhaps calling their job and saying that they're doing things that they're not supposed to, even though she's never actually been there, things like that. So recently she must have had some sort of like epiphany, and she's been reaching out to a lot of us trying to like mend bridges and be nice to us. And I don't really understand how I'm supposed to take that. I'm like, you
don't trust her, but
you slashed my friend's tires. Why would I trust you?
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
I mean, I guess.
And if she slashes your tires, let me know and I'll cut her tits off.
Oh, I mean, I got knives. It's fine.
You got knives and you're of Hispanic descent. I get it. All right, we're gonna end the show on that note, kids. If anything happens to this girl, Nicole was out of town when that shit went down. Just so you know, we'll just preempt that bullshit. So anyway, that's the show. We do this again every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time here in the United States. We love all of our listeners. I appreciate everybody listening. Please like, share, subscribe on social media at FUBAR Weekly. You can follow me on social media at Real Roger Nelson. That's on the Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. Nicole, you can find at
NIKOLE_Raven on Instagram, and by that name under most other social media platforms, with or without the underscore. You figure it out.
There you go, kids. So that's the show this week. Appreciate everybody listening. Take care. Don't forget to spay or neuter your children. Nicole, what you got to say?
FUBAR out.